Hello everybody, welcome to this video. So this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm still going to be doing the whole like sleeve my photo cards with me, but I wanted to talk about all the K-dramas I've watched so far this year. So the day that I'm filming this part or this clip of this video is actually June 19th, so I'm almost like 6 months through 2025, which is crazy to be honest. I wanted to talk about all the dramas I've watched so far because I've been on a K-drama and C-drama kick this year. Like I've just been watching a lot more than I did last year. I thought it would be fun if I were to sleeve my cards and talk about all the dramas. This is going to be part 1 because I still need to sleeve my, they're upside down. Some of them are upside down and I don't know why. But anyway, I need to sleeve my AT's, I think these are Fever Era. Yeah, they're all Fever Era photo cards because I plan on putting them in one of the new Meow Cafe binders, but my Meow Cafe sleeves haven't arrived. But I do plan on sleeving these once those arrive, and then that'll be like part 2 of the video. Hopefully I'll still have dramas to talk about. I could yap about dramas. So this is probably going to be a really long video, so I'm actually glad I'm doing this in 2 parts so that my back doesn't hurt, my feet don't hurt, and I can edit this clip before I start the next clip. But okay, so let's start sleeving. I feel like I should start with the ones that only have like 1 photo card to sleeve. Let me move some things out of the way first. These are, I think, all the different photo card sleeves I'm going to be using, but do not quote me on that. So let's start with this one Jin photo card, and then maybe we'll start talking about dramas after that. So I think I sleeved them in Dragon Shield sleeves, but to be honest, I don't remember, and I think it might change soon because I want to actually move them to a different binder. But anyway, I'll just sleeve him real quick. I only grabbed 1 of these, so I'm gonna put him in here for now. I know they move around a lot in these boxes, so I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do like that they are dust free instead of the other little thing I used. Let's do these 2. I think I sleeve them both differently, to be honest. This one will be Prism Platinum, and then this one will be Meow Cafe. If I explain everything, I'm never gonna start talking about the dramas. Okay, so I do want to preface this with the fact that I only watched 10 dramas in 2024. So that means I was kind of backed up. I feel like I was missing all the 2024 dramas since, like I said, I didn't really watch them. In 2023, was it? I only watched like 18 dramas or something like that. So I've barely been watching dramas the past few years. I've been really into like variety shows and K-pop content, I would say. So that's kind of why I really haven't been watching any. So you will see that a lot of the dramas I watched were older dramas per se. So let's start with January. In January, I only watched 1 K-drama because I was still in that little rut of not really wanting to watch dramas. So I watched The Trunk. I did copy and paste synopsises from Google. Like I would just Google The Trunk synopsis, and then I just copy and pasted what it would say. And then I have like my own notes. And then I also have like the year, the amount of episodes, the genre, the trope, and my own personal rating. So that's kind of how this is going to go. So let's start with the synopsis. So it's about a secret marriage service is uncovered when a trunk washes up on shore, revealing the strange marriage between a couple in the thick of it all. So I feel like it doesn't really say much, but the main character, the male lead, he's a music producer and he's rich, so he can literally buy anything and everything, but his wife ends up leaving him. So that part's sad, and that's like the traumatizing part for him, is because his wife leaves him. And then he meets this woman who does this marriage service thing, and then they are in this like marriage contract. So that's kind of what it's about. However, the genre is considered like a Korean melodrama. It's a mystery and like crime fiction. So it is very dark, to be honest. Like there are a lot of dark themes in the drama. So it is a lot watching it. It isn't just about love, to be honest. I would say love isn't even like the first theme. It's more so the whole mystery and crime aspect of it. It came out in 2024. There's only 8 episodes, so it was pretty easy to watch. And the trope is obviously like a marriage contract type of trope. And personally, I rated it an 8 out of 10, so I felt like it wasn't boring, and throughout the 8 episodes, like, it kept me interested, and I'm really happy it was only 8 episodes, because if they were to drag that drama, then I probably would have given it like a 7. And I thought the mystery aspect was really good, because you don't really know who the criminal is or what's going to happen. There are quite a few plot twists in it. And there's not too much romance, as I mentioned, so like don't expect that going in. There is obviously some romance. The chemistry is, it's like okay in my opinion, but I think their acting is really freaking good. That's the only drama I watched in January, so now we can move on to February. I need to also preface February with the fact that I got sick in February, so I feel like I was watching a ton of dramas in February, especially towards the end. I think I watched 5 towards like the last week of February, because like I said, I was sick and there wasn't much else that I could do, and so I was kind of just stuck watching dramas. But I watched my first ever C-drama, so a Chinese drama. I feel like I started with like not a good one, to be honest. So I watched Handsome Brothers. It came out in 2020 and there's 44 episodes. So it's about these twin brothers separated in their youth. It said youth in Google, but it's literally they were babies when they were separated. But they grow into martial arts masters without knowing of the other's existence, all while a conspiracy threatens their world. They're brothers, they don't know they're brothers. Halfway they end up meeting each other. They still don't know that they're brothers. My issue is that everybody was all like, you guys look similar. They did not look anything alike, and they were supposed to be twin brothers, so that part was kind of messing with me. And I was like really confused. I was like, what do you mean they look alike? The genre is considered a comedy, romance, and historical. So it is a historical drama, and I personally love historical dramas. So that's why I chose this one. Let me tell you guys the rating. I gave it a 4 out of 10. I did not like this drama, to be honest, and it was freaking 44 episodes. It was dragging so much. There was too much fluff, I would say, in it that wasn't like good fluff. A good fluff for me is like romance type of fluff, to be honest, but this just had too much going on. One thing after another, bad guys. There were like 30 million different characters in this drama, which makes sense. There's literally 44 episodes. Both brothers were like complete opposites. Like one was super kind. The other one was more of like a mischievous, I guess. Mischievous, however you want to pronounce that kind of guy. So they both had like bad and good traits to them, but I feel like both of them were kind of just, one was like too low key and the other one was way too much. So I didn't really like either of their personalities throughout it. My biggest thing that upset me with it was that the female lead in the beginning, like the very first episode, I loved her. I was like, oh my gosh, she's like this bad ASS type of girly, like she's going to be an independent woman kind of situation. But no, after the first episode, she literally was helpless and couldn't do anything. And I hate those type of female leads where they just need a man, you know what I mean? That upset me, because the first episode, she's literally like fighting one of the male leads. By the way, there's definitely going to be some spoilers in these. I'm going to try not to spoil too much though. But anyway, she's like fighting one of the male leads. She's doing good. But then all of a sudden, like the second episode, she's like, can't fight, or she can't do anything herself. And I'm like, what? Like the first episode, you were so independent. That threw me off too. And then there's like the other female lead, because there's 2 brothers, obviously, so they each need a romance. And it just, I don't know, it was not good. I didn't like the romance aspect. I didn't like the fighting. The only part was that there were some scenes that were really funny, because it is considered like a comedy. And so that kind of is what bumped it up to a 4. Plus, I was trying to be nice with this rating. But yeah, I just, it was not that good in my opinion. Obviously, the trope for this is like kind of like a misunderstanding. They don't know each other. And then I said enemies to best friends because both of the leads, they're like enemies. The male leads, I should say. And then all of a sudden they're like besties and they're brothers. Okay, it takes a long time for them to like each other, but it's a cute drama in that aspect, like the bromance part of it. Let's move on to the next drama. So I watched Under the Queen's Umbrella finally. So this came out in 2022. And I had heard such good things about this one, and I don't know why, whenever there's good things about dramas, I always wait to watch the drama because I just really want to enjoy it and I want to have time. And so I was sick, so I was like, oh, like I have time to watch this drama now. And so I think I did say it came out in 2022, and there's 16 episodes, and this one is a K-drama. It's about a spirited queen tries to reign in her rowdy sons in order to make one of them the next king of, oh god, I'm so bad at pronouncing, Joseon? That's like the time period. Anyway, while her competitors vie to snatch the throne. Basically, it's a queen against all the other sides, to be honest. I'm sorry, but that's basically what it is. The king, he obviously has like a bunch of kids with other women. I don't know, that's like a thing back in the day apparently. The genre is historical, obviously. It's a comedy, it's political. I didn't think that there was too much politicalness going on. I don't know if that's a word. Too much politics, there we go. I didn't think there was too much politics. And there were like a lot of twists and turns. You kind of didn't really know what was going to happen, but you kind of knew what was going to happen, if that makes sense. I enjoyed watching the show because all the brothers had different personalities. Some were more laid back, some were super smart. I don't know. It was just kind of a cute drama in that aspect. There were like funny aspects to it as well. It was overall like a good drama, I think. And if you like historical dramas, I think you would really like this one. The politics, I don't mind if there's okay, actually I do mind if there's too much politics. I feel like this one towards the end, it was very political. But overall, like I said, pretty good. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. The next drama I watched in February is Summer Strike. So this one came out in 2022. There are 12 episodes, and I would say the drama was like romance, slice of life, melodrama type of situation. The female lead, after getting dumped by her boyfriend and losing her mother in an accident, she decides to move to a small village to do nothing. So she literally quits her job and then moves. She claims for a year to not do anything for an entire year. And I'm like, girl, I wish I could do that. Like, I want to do that too. What do you mean? Anyway, so that's what the drama is about. And I said the trope is kind of like a healing and slice of life trope, which I think that's fitting. But I think the female lead was very relatable. She was pretty calm. Like, she wasn't extreme. I feel like a lot of female leads in K-dramas are very like bubbly or cold. But she was kind of like in between. No, she was a little bit more cold, I guess. But I don't know. I really liked her personality in the drama. Her and the male lead have a cute little relationship build-up. Like, it's just adorable. I kind of felt like a teenager watching it. I was like, oh my god, like, that's adorable. Like, they're adorable together. I love this. You know what I mean? They're always there when they need each other. And there is a darker aspect of the drama, which did make me like it a little less. Like, it was a little bit too much going on when it got like really dark. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Meow first, but I still do need to sleeve these, so I need to remember to do that. Because of that like darker aspect, I did rate it a 7 out of 10 just because it got a little bit too much for me. But it was like a really good drama, you know? Let's do the next one. I think I'm only gonna be able to talk about February, y'all, because I watched so many in February. Next is Check-in Hanyang. Check-in Hanyang. There we go, I think. Anyway, so that's what it was called. So it's a 2024 through 2025 drama. So it started in 2024 and ended in 2025. There's only 16 episodes. It's a historical romance youth drama, and it is a K-drama, by the way. It's about interns navigating the demanding environment of a hotel, the most prestigious inn in Joseon, but they face challenges from disgruntled guests, strict supervisors, and the inherent complexities of the inn's operations. Y'all, I loved this drama. This is probably my favorite historical drama I've ever watched. It is so entertaining. I did not skip any of the drama. So I'm not gonna lie, I am a skipper. When I'm watching a drama or anything, I like skip the really boring parts, but I'm quite certain that I did not skip any part of this drama. It was just overall so good. There's a main female lead, and then there are 3 male leads, I guess you could say. and it kind of is about all of the 4 interns, I guess, because I think that's what they call them. But yeah, I was just like fully invested, and I loved the storyline and how the romance was added to it, because it kind of just was about what happened to the female lead, and then the romance kind of just like trickles in. And the comedy, y'all, I think it was for sure like a comedy kind of type drama too, because it was funny in some parts of it. But it was kind of dark as well. I don't want to say too much of this one, just in case you guys want to watch it. I love this drama. Let me just tell you guys, it gives Mulan, because the female lead is actually like a man, because back in the day, they would only accept men to be interns for the inn or whatever. That's kind of the aspect. And I do like Mulan. Like, I love the movie so much. And I literally have a Mulan phone case. Like, I love that movie. So this kind of gave that vibe, but more of like a K-drama type of feel, you know what I mean? Rather than like a kid's movie, but it's really good. I gave this a 9.5 out of 10. I think this is the highest rating I had ever given a drama ever. Please watch it. I hope you will enjoy it. I feel like there were a lot of negative reviews about it and positive. Like, it was either one or the other, but I personally really liked it, obviously. The next drama was called Perfect Match. And this was a Chinese drama, so I think it was the second Chinese drama I'd ever watched. And this came out in 2025, and there was 36 episodes. So how I watched this one was, I think there were like 25 episodes out, and then, no, maybe 20 actually. And then the rest of the episodes, like, I was waiting weekly for this drama. This is one of the only ones I was watching while it was coming out. I never do that. I always wait until all the episodes are fully out in order, and then I'll start to watch the drama. Just because I'm definitely a binge watcher. I like to binge the TV shows that I watch. It's a historical comedy, romance, family type of drama. I think everybody knows this drama, to be honest, but it's a Chinese period drama about a widowed mother and her 5 daughters who relocate to a new city to build a new life and find suitable husbands for the daughters. A mom is trying to marry off her kids is pretty much what it is. And the way that this drama is that it goes by daughters. So it starts off with one daughter, and then like they marry her off, and then like the next episodes are about like the next daughter, and then it like keeps going to each daughter. I loved that aspect. I also love like a matchmaking type of situation. I just watched Materialists, which is like a movie that just came out. I do like how they focus on one sister at a time and like their relationship, rather than kind of her trying to marry all 5 of them off at the same time, which wouldn't make sense anyway in real life. Obviously, you get to know like all the sisters and their personalities, but you also get to know the male leads as well. And you get to learn about their personalities, and you kind of see like, oh man, they're like opposites, or maybe they're the same person. So some of them were like opposites attract, some of them were enemies to lovers. I feel like the most common, definitely like the common trope, was enemies to lovers. It was just a cute drama. The amount of red flags that some of the men had was a little concerning. And so I did rate this an 8 out of 10. Normally I would have rated this a lot higher because, like I said, I love a matchmaking situation. I love how they focused on the sisters, but man, Win-Win. So Win-Win from Wavy is actually in this drama. He pissed me off. I did not like him at all. I didn't think he was a good match for her. They were just, I don't know, he was a red flag for sure and kind of threw me off, but you know, whatever. That was the little sister that ended up with him. Sorry if that's spoiler, but I liked the little sister. I liked how she was very, I think I have talked about this drama actually in a different sleeving photo cards video, because I was so into this drama. I can't talk too much about each drama because we'll be here forever. The next drama that I watched in February, we're still in February, is Family by Choice. So this came out in 2024. There were 16 episodes, and it's considered like a comedy, romance, youth, family drama. So this one I actually have a long synopsis for. So it says 3 individuals who, though not biologically related, are raised together by Juwon's father, so that's the female lead, and Sanha's father, who's one of the male leads, creating a strong chosen family bond. Despite a decade apart, where Sanha and Haejun seek out their biological families, They later reunite, rekindling the connections that shaped their lives and exploring romantic possibilities within the group. That was a really long synopsis. And I normally don't like to put the names in there because I always forget the names. I watch way too many dramas to remember. But this one I did because I actually did remember all their names. So this one had my boy Hwang In-yup. He is like my crush since forever. I love that man. Ever since True Beauty, I guess. I think that was the first drama I watched of his. He hasn't really been in too many dramas, I feel. But anyway, he's adorable. I love him. He is a gorgeous human being, to be honest. I think that's what attracted me to him. But anyway, so he's in this drama. The trope is definitely childhood friends to lovers. And I did not like how long it took them to grow up. So I was expecting from reading the synopsis myself that it was only going to take like maybe half of the drama at most for them to be grown adults. But no, it took like, I want to say I was on episode like 13 maybe when they finally grew up, or 14. And there's only 16 episodes. So I was mad because it was a lot about their high school days. And I personally was expecting it to be more about their grown adult lives, but it wasn't. But it is like a cute little romance drama about single parents and the hardships they go through. So I liked that part too, where it wasn't just about the kids, but it was mostly about the kids. It did show like the parents' lives as well. I did give this an 8 out of 10. Honestly, I think I did give it a higher rating because of my mans, but it was a cute drama. I have heard, because I watch a lot of people on YouTube now talking about dramas because I'm obsessed with K-dramas, like I said, and Chinese dramas and all the dramas. But anyway, I watched somebody say that the Chinese drama is actually better because I think this is like the Korean adaptation of it. So I do want to watch the Chinese drama. So maybe I'll do that soon. I think I have 3 more dramas to talk about. And I don't have too many photo cards left. So the next one is Flourished, Peony. I think that's how you say that. So this is another Chinese drama. A merchant's daughter who starts a peony business with a minister after divorcing her family. The series depicts their journey as they navigate political turmoil, establish women's shelters, and develop a romantic relationship. Did I say this came out in 2025? Let me put these away real quick. There are 32 episodes. Crap, I sleeve these differently. I think the rest of them, though, I double sleeve. Oh, wait, we might be able to get through more because I forgot that I double sleeve these photo cards. I think I double sleeve all of these. Yes. Right? Wait. These are US exclusive cards. I think the rest of these I do double sleeve, so we are going to double sleeve them. Let's get to the slim photo card sleeves. I'm going to need another pack because I think I only have like a few in here. I only have 2. Let me get another pack already. I need to check my inventory of these photo card sleeves because I don't want to just run out randomly one day. Let's start sleeving. I think I went through what it's about, right? Yes. Okay, so there are 32 episodes and it's a historical romance drama. I felt like there were way too many extremes in this drama. I didn't like that the ending too. It left us on a cliffhanger. So basically they're going to do a season 2 is what's going to happen. And then I was skipping so much of the political part of this. And the thing that I thought about this drama was that the main character, she was, once again, like independent woman. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. You know what I mean? That's like my favorite is when like a man falls in love with like an independent woman and like she falls in love with him, but not because she needs him, but because she wants him. You know what I mean? Like that's how it should be in my opinion. But anyway, I do feel like there was a lot of woman empowerment and like she was really trying to starting this peony shop or whatever. And being a woman doing it is difficult back in the day, obviously, still to this day, I should say. He was always saving her from the situations that she was going through. Like anything bad would happen, like the male lead was always ended up being there saving her. And I did not like that. I'm like, girl, you can save yourself. Like, come on. Okay, maybe she couldn't. Maybe she did really need him because it was harder back in the day to save yourself being a woman. But I don't know. I just didn't like that part, but I do feel like I'm saying a whole lot of negatives about this drama. It was good though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the romance part was cute. It was definitely an enemies to lovers type of trope. And I did rate it a 6 out of 10 because yeah, it was still like an okay drama, and I'm definitely still gonna watch season 2 because I need to know what happens. It just felt like it fell a little short for me personally. The fact that there were 32 episodes, I was like, this could have been 20 episodes at most. Like, let's skip some of the parts that happened because it was so unnecessary. Let's move on. So the next one I watched was When the Phone Rings. So this one, it came out in 2024. It was 12 episodes, and it's a mystery romance thriller. So there is like kind of like a darker side. Anyway, it's a rising politician and his mute wife's tense marriage begins to unravel after a call from a kidnapper turns their lives upside down. I already knew what was going to happen, okay? I don't want to tell y'all just in case you're going to watch it, but I already knew what happened because I had watched, there are 2 YouTubers that I watch. I will have them here somewhere, but I watched both of them. I don't remember who spoiled it for me, but I already knew it was going to happen because I watched their like drama update, or I don't know if they were just talking about dramas they like or something like that. So I didn't know what was going to happen. So that part kind of sucked for me personally, but it's a really good drama. I think they have such strong chemistry, the male and the female lead. It's crazy. I was like, whoa, what's happening here? Like, are you guys actually married in real life? Like, what? Both of the male and female lead, their acting, obviously spectacular. I was super engaged most of the drama, but I do feel like towards the end, it was falling short again. And this one was only 12 episodes, so I wasn't expecting that. Normally, the ones that are 12 episodes are like perfect length, in my opinion. Instead of doing the 16, they do 12, and I'm like, thank you, because otherwise there would have been too much fluff. But the ending like really pissed me off. I am gonna do a quick spoiler, but basically he like disappears on her after they like got together, and I'm like, what? What's the point of that? Like, why did you disappear? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of miscommunication, and they should have just talked from the beginning to each other. I rated this drama a 7 out of 10. Let's talk about the next one. So this was the last one I watched in February. I might talk about maybe March too if I have time then. February and March were my strongest months so far. Number 10, you guys, I finally watched Lovely Runner. The crowd went wild. I know. I think everybody knows this drama, but it came out in 2024. There were 16 episodes, and it's a music, comedy, romance, fantasy drama. Jeez, they had a lot going on in this drama. Let me put my slim sleeves away real quick and get out the standard sleeves. So this one, I do have their names. Imsol, she's the female lead. She's a devoted fan of K-pop idol Roo Sunjae, who gets a chance to travel back in time to save him from a tragic fate. After an accident leaves her disabled and Sunjae dies, she mysteriously travels 15 years into the past to his high school days. Imsol, now determined to rewrite history, uses her future knowledge to protect him and prevent his death. So it's a time travel. That's like the trope, honestly, is time traveling. But y'all, this drama is so cute. I loved Imsol. She is adorable. I don't think she was annoying, to be honest. I do need to say, though, the first episode, I was like, what the heck am I watching? I did not like the first episode. Okay, I almost dropped it. I was like, I am not the biggest fan. Like, what is happening here? Why is everybody raving about it? But once I got to episode 2, I was like, oh, I get it now. Like, I get why this is everybody's, like, favorite drama of 2024. I'm pretty sure this was, like, everybody's top drama. And maybe still is. The male lead, Sunjae, he was the most perfect, the greenest of green flags to ever exist. I was like, there is no way someone like him actually exists in real life. Like, that would be crazy. He was adorable. He was very nerdy and dorky, and I just love that. You know what I mean? I love when the main male lead is like just so dorky and in love with the female lead, and you can just feel it. Their chemistry was really good too. Like, they were cute together. I'm not the biggest fan of time traveling dramas. I think there is one, I forgot what it's called, but I really liked that one, and it is like a time travel one, and I think it's still my favorite to this day. This one was like really cute too. Like, I didn't mind the whole time traveling. I think they did it well. It had funny moments too, like a lot of funny moments, but not in a dramatic comedy type of way. It was like a good comedy, you know what I mean? Sometimes they be doing too much. When it says comedy, it's like they're really trying to be funny in that drama, and it's like, please don't. It's a very light drama. And okay, my rating, I don't want y'all to be mad at me because I'm literally praising it, but maybe it is the time traveling, maybe it was that first episode, but I did rate it a little bit lower. I gave it an 8.5. So yes, check-in Hanyang is still like #1 drama so far after going through all the January and February ones. I don't think I've ever given a K-drama or a C-drama a 10 out of 10. I'm pretty, not strict, but I am a little like, I'm just waiting for that drama that like Crash Landing on You. I think that would probably be a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm waiting for like a Crash Landing on You type of moment. Maybe it's because their chemistry was top tier #1 chemistry ever, and it makes sense because, you know, now they're married and have a child. So maybe that's what I'm waiting for. This one was really cute and I did enjoy it. I think originally I rated it an 8, but after thinking about it, I was like, no, this is definitely at least like an 8.5, 8.75 maybe, but I didn't want to get into quarters. I was like, I'm either going to do like an 8 or 8.5. I think I'll have time to talk about one of the March dramas. I did watch 10 dramas in the first 2 months, whereas in 2024, I watched 10 dramas in the whole year. So as you can see, there's a big change this year. I watched Study Group. So that came out in 2025. There were only 10 episodes, and it's a action thriller comedy youth drama. It tells a story of a student at a vocational high school known for its violence who forms a study group to improve his grades and protect his friends. So the fight scenes, I think, are really good. The comedy is good. It was super easy to get through this drama. Like, there were only 10 episodes, and I think they're only, like, maybe 40 minutes long at most, I'm pretty sure. But I did think that sometimes I don't know if it was the acting or maybe it was the action scenes, like, it was just a little bit too exaggerated. And this isn't my favorite type of drama. I'm definitely more of a romance drama girly, or like a dark mystery thriller kind of girly. I don't know why I keep saying girly, but anyway, so those are the two that I like. And this one was kind of an in-between. I mean, there wasn't really romance, but there was action, and it's considered like a thriller, so I was expecting a lot. So I did rate this one a 7 out of 10. And I think that the trope was definitely about like friendship, like building a friendship. Oh no, I need more sleeves. Are you joking? Okay, let's hope that this is enough. But yeah, I think those are all the dramas I'm going to talk about today. So we will begin the next clip of this video, which I think I'm filming it tomorrow. So today is June 19th and then tomorrow's June 20th. And I'm pretty sure I'll film the rest of it tomorrow. I'm just waiting for my supplies to arrive. So that is it for this clip, and I will talk about the rest of the dramas in the next one. Hopefully I can get through them all. I will see you guys in the next clip. Hello everybody, welcome back to this video. No wait, welcome to this clip, I guess? I don't even know. I think this is clip 2. So I finally got my order from Meow Cafe. So I ordered more of these sleeves so that I can sleeve these photo cards. And then I also ordered more of these ones because I double sleeve my photo cards now, I think. I have a lot more photo cards than what I remember for Fever era. So that means that I might not have enough cards again, or sleeves, I should say. So if I don't, then whatever, but it's fine. These are all polka photo cards. So I'm debating on just using Dragon Shield sleeves for these. So I might end up doing that, but I need to hurry up because y'all, we have to talk about, I think it's like 15 more dramas, maybe a little bit less, but I'm gonna move these out of the way so I don't get confused, and I will sleeve them all first in these sleeves, and then I'll do these sleeves after that. So this is my like open pack of them, so let me just take these out. So this one is the enhanced thickness one. I honestly, the only reason why I bought more of these ones instead of the regular one is because I already sleeved the Treasure era in these photo card sleeves, so that's why I was like, let me just keep it consistent. And so yeah, I'm using these from Meow Cafe, and there's 100 in here, which is nice. So let's continue. I think the last one was it Study Group? Yes. So these are dramas I watched in March, and the first one was Study Group, which I already talked about, I'm pretty sure, in the first clip. So let's talk about the next drama I watched in March, and it was Hidden Love. I heard so many people talk about this, and the reason why I watched it was because First Frost came out, or I think it was still ongoing during March time. I don't think it had ended quite yet, but I heard that this is kind of like a part, not necessarily a part one, but it kind of, they flow together a little bit. And so because of that, I was like, let me go ahead and watch Hidden Love first then, because I really did want to watch First Frost. I don't know what it was, but that one just seemed really interesting to me. And so I was like, okay, let me watch Hidden Love. So this one came out in 2023. Surprisingly, there's only 25 episodes, which in my opinion is good, because sometimes Chinese dramas kind of, oh, by the way, I don't know if I said this, it's Chinese drama, but sometimes they just have too many episodes for no reason. But there's only 25, and it's a comedy, romance, life, youth life type of drama. A young girl who develops a crush on her older brother's friend. Initially, her feelings are a childhood infatuation, but as they grow older and circumstances bring them back together, their relationship evolves into a sweet and mature romance. So basically, I really like how this drama starts off, because they're in middle school, or she's in middle school, the female lead, she's in middle school, and the guy she has a crush on, I'm pretty sure he's like a senior in high school, or maybe even in college already. I don't know. I think he was in high school, like late high school or early college already. So he is her brother's best friend, because her brother's like 4 years or 5 years older than her. My only thing that I don't like is the fact that, yes, she does become kind of obsessed with him in the beginning, and she is only in middle school, and he's what, like 5 years older than her. So that threw me off. But it's not a bad thing necessarily, because he doesn't like her at all, like during that time. Like that would be really weird, obviously, because, you know, that's disgusting if he did. It's just the fact that in the end, obviously, sorry, spoiler, but they are together, and I'm like, ew, like you saw her grow up. That part kind of throws me off. I'm like, you literally saw her grow up and now you're dating her. So I completely understood when her brother got mad at the best friend, like, what the heck, she's my little sister. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of gross, because you have known her basically for like more than half of her life. The drama does start off with her being in middle school, and I really like how it kind of just shows her growing up, like her different stages. So middle school, high school, and then when she's in college. And thankfully they don't get together until she's in college, because that would have been really weird if it was before then. So I do like how it shows her still having a crush like every stage of her life pretty much. And like the synopsis says, she starts off with just like an infatuation of him, because he's like a cool older brother kind of, but then it slowly grows into like romantic feelings for her. I didn't feel like it was dragging because of the length of the drama. It was only 25 episodes, but it was really cute, and their chemistry was adorable. Like I think they had good chemistry, and I think the trope was definitely like first love / best friends, your brother's best friend. Like that's the trope for this one. But I gave it an 8 out of 10. I know a lot of people loved this drama. It's just the age thing that threw me off, and the fact that they knew each other since she was young kind of was like, that gives me icky vibes. But it was a really good drama. Let's talk about the next drama. So the next one I watched was Serendipity's Embrace. Serendipity? I don't know how you say that. But this came out in 2024, and this was a really short drama. There was only 8 episodes. It's a comedy, romance, youth drama. That tends to be the kind of dramas I like, if I'm being honest. I've been preferring, though, when they're older rather than high school type of dramas. But anyway, so this is about young people who reunite with their first loves after 10 years and rediscover love while pursuing their dreams. So I think it was a cute drama, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't remember much about this drama. I saw it in my notes of dramas that I've watched this year, and I was like, Wait, which drama was that again? Because I could not remember for the life of me. But then once I looked it up and like was getting the synopsis and all that, I was like, oh yeah, I remember it. This was a drama that I watched specifically for one of the actors, Che Jung-hyuk. I think that's how you say his name. I think he's very handsome. So that's like one of the main reasons I watched his dramas. But he's just always playing the same role, I feel. Like he's just kind of a, this sounds mean, but he's always a boring character. He's just kind of like a shy, kind of mysterious guy. And he was also in Nevertheless, which I watched when that came out. That's a really good one. I liked him in that one, but ever since I continue watching his dramas, I'm like, why is he always playing the same role? So I gave this one a 7 out of 10. And then I said that the trope is about first loves. I still gave it a pretty high rating. I think it was just the fact that they didn't drag. I hate when dramas drag. That's why I gave it a 7 out of 10. The next one. So this one I definitely watched because there was so much hype over this drama due to chemistry. So the next one I watched was Love Scout. So this came out in 2025, so it came out this year. There's 12 episodes. 12 episodes I think is my favorite number for K-dramas, but the genre is business, romance, and life. I did put names in this one. So this one was about Kang Ji-yoon, a driven CEO of a headhunting company who is great at her job but struggles with personal life and relationships. She meets Yoo Eun-ho, her secretary, who is a single father balancing work and family, and their unconventional workplace dynamic sparks a healing romance. So the trope is definitely about like a work relationship. They end up working together. So the secretary, Eun-ho, he works for the CEO, and it's just so good. Their chemistry is so strong. It's actually insane. I was like, these two have to be married in real life. It's giving Crash Landing on You. Okay, no, honestly, I think Crash Landing on You, I always talk about Crash Landing on You. Anyway, their chemistry was crazy good. This one though was really close to that, if I'm being honest. I was like I literally Googled if they were together, and apparently I think Eun-ho is married or something. I don't know his real name. I thought that the female lead was so cute. So she was a boss lady and genuinely like just so smart. I really like her character, and she was like very cute and clumsy in her personal life. So like the opposite from her work life is just, I don't know, that's adorable. Like, come on, how can you not fall in love with her? Like, I think I fell in love with her watching the show. The male character, he was like an adorable addition to her life. So I always talk about how I think your significant other should be an addition to your life and not your whole life. And so I just think he was so perfect for her because they were truly just opposites. The male character definitely taught her how to be more sensitive because she was kind of just emotionless during work, and so like I said, a good addition to her life. And I love dramas where the leads make each other into better people rather than changing them completely or something. I don't know, I just like their dynamic. It was adorable, and the whole drama was good. Even the business part, which normally I would skip the businessy part of it, their work life, but because it was a work relationship trope, I think that's one of the main reasons I was watching like their work life together. It was just so cute. Like, I really enjoyed this drama. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. The next drama I watched was Weak Hero Class 1. Honestly, I watched this because I knew Weak Hero Class 2 was coming out this year, and it seemed interesting to me. Oh no, I ripped it. It's because of the pointy edges. Oops. Anyway, so I did watch the first one. So this came out in 2022, and there are only 8 episodes, and it's an action youth drama. So it's about a top student who appears physically weak but uses his intelligence and strategic mind to fight against bullying and violence at his school. He teams up with 2 other students to confront the bullies and protect themselves. It's a bullying drama. Youth bullying dramas make me very sad because I'm like, is that actually how Korea is? And a lot of people say yes, like The Glory, when that came out. I did watch that when it came out. It was a lot, but that's like one of my favorite dramas. So I was like, okay, maybe this drama gives kind of that because it is very dark. I think it probably does depict how intense bullying is. The action scenes were really good in this drama. The male lead was really good at portraying his role, I think. He's a very good actor. I'm pretty sure he was a K-pop idol, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know him though. It's a really quick and easy watch, and it definitely keeps you interested. I think the action scenes definitely help. One of the friends, so not the main character, but one of his friends, it was so sweet and kind, and he was so perfect. And then the other friend, I'm not gonna lie, I cannot stand him. So there was like one friend I really, really liked, and the other friend I could not stand. And then the main character at first, I wasn't the biggest fan of him either, but I think he kind of developed to become more emotions towards the end because I felt like he was very emotionless. But yeah, I think it was a good drama. It's definitely a bromance, high school type of drama, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it does live up to the hype because I know this is a very hyped drama, and I think it lives up to it. I think I am gonna double sleeve these before I sleeve the rest of them. You guys, this is only a third of the photo cards. I think I might sleeve the rest on my own time if I don't get through it all. The next drama is, okay, now we can talk about First Frost. So like I said, goes along with Hidden Love, which I watched in the beginning of March, and then I watched First Frost. So this came out this year, and there are 32 episodes, so it does have more than Hidden Love. It's a romance life drama. It's about a reporter who unexpectedly reconnects with her high school crush at a bar. Initially, they pretend not to know each other, but circumstances lead them to become housemates, and they eventually rekindle their romance. Kind of a short synopsis, I'm sorry, but Google wasn't giving me much for some of these dramas. And oh yeah, this is a Chinese drama. I really liked how it depicts the unperfectness of depression and trauma. So this trauma and drama sound way too similar. The main character is pretty depressed and just sad, and she goes through a lot. And I do like how they don't minimize everything that she's going through. The male character, the male lead, is just, oh man, he is so understanding, and I really liked the male lead. I had the baddest crush on him too. He is beautiful. Anyway, it doesn't romanticize depression because I feel like some dramas tend to do that, or they, like I said, they minimize depression, and this drama did not do that at all. I did give this drama 7 out of 10, so I rated it lower than Hidden Love, even though I prefer the romance in this drama more, and they were kind of like high school sweethearts. They were each other's first love, so that's definitely the trope, as well as cohabitation is the trope since they're housemates. I did prefer their love story over Hidden Love, but the reason why I rated it lower is because I felt like there were a lot of unnecessary parts happening, and whenever something is dragging or there's unnecessary parts to the drama to just make it longer, I feel like I have to rate it lower. So that's why I did give it a 7 out of 10. I felt like I was skipping a lot of parts of this drama, but just like their cute romance was so good. So I do wish that they would have made this one like 25 episodes because they could have done without so many of the scenes. I actually did enjoy the second male lead and the second female lead. Their relationship I thought was cute, but then after they got together, I was kind of over them, and I felt like the drama was focusing on them a little bit too much, but it is a really cute drama. Now we're on to the very last drama that I watched in March. I'm being really dramatic about this. I watched finally, I can't believe it took me this long. I honestly have no idea why. I had never watched it. I just think there are too many dramas that come out every year that it's difficult to watch like older dramas. So I did watch Reply 1988, and this came out in 2015. This is an OG classic K-drama. There are 20 episodes and the genre is comedy, romance, and life. So this is about the story of 5 families and their teenage children living in the same neighborhood in Seoul during the year 1988 with the backstage of the Seoul Olympics. The series focuses on their daily lives, friendships, and the coming of age experiences of the 5 main characters. So yeah, there are 5 main characters. It might seem like a lot, but truly it's not. Like, it's perfect. So the first few episodes, I was kind of like, oh, this will be like a good background drama to watch. So whenever I'm sleeving photo cards like this on my own time, or if I'm packing up trades and stuff, I will normally put on a drama that I'm not that interested in, that is kind of just a good background drama to watch, where you don't really need to be paying your full attention to it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect drama. Like, let me go ahead and do that. So I did do that the first few episodes. I kind of just had it in the background. But the more I watched it, the more I realized that I was no longer packing up my trades. Like, I was just watching the drama. It got super addicting after like episode 3, I would say. So I like how it focuses on the main leads, but also the families of the main leads. So there are the 5 characters, and it wasn't overwhelming at all because 5 characters, they each have like their own family. And so it does focus on like their parents or their siblings a lot, and just like the daily lives of the characters. It felt very just nostalgic. That's what I gave the trope as, is nostalgia. I mean, I'm literally watching this drama 10 years later, and I think it still holds up. So during the drama, it shows the female lead grown up, and she is kind of doing, I don't know if it's like a video or something, but kind of talking about her life. And you have to figure out who she's going to marry out of like the 4 main leads, male leads, I should say. And so it's kind of like a mystery of, oh, who is she going to end up with? And I think that is a really smart and fun part of the drama. Like, it makes it very interesting because you're kind of like, oh, she's definitely going to end up with this guy, or no, she's definitely going to end up with this guy. Like, your mind kind of changes like during the show, like watching it, you're like, it's this guy, and then you're like, nope, it's this guy. And then you find out who it is, obviously. But it also portrays cultural shifts and social changes that are occurring during that time period. I think her sister was pretty vocal about her political views and such, which I thought was amazing to show, especially because this came out in 2015. So it's still kind of close to 1988, you know what I mean? I just think this was like the most perfect drama I've watched in a while, and I gave this a 9.5 out of 10. So this is tied with the Check-in Hanyang, because I also gave that a 9.5. Honestly, I think I'd give this one like a 9.8. It is so close to being a 10, but I don't know why I feel weird rating things a 10 out of 10. I just do. But this is truly one of my favorite dramas, and probably one of the first dramas I'm going to make my boyfriend watch with me, because it's that good. It's so good. And I didn't think I was going to like it. Now we are into April. So in April, I don't think I watched too many dramas. The next one is called Go Back Lover, and this is a Chinese drama. This came out in 2024, and there are 24 episodes. It's about romance and youth, and it's about 2 leads and how they reunite on a reality dating show after breaking up during their university years. They initially met and fell in love in high school, but their relationship ended, and the drama explores their journey back to each other with flashbacks to their high school romance. So this is definitely like a first loves / enemies to lovers, because they do hate each other, because I mean, they broke up. I like that the main character didn't want to get married, so that's like a big aspect about it, is that the female lead, she just doesn't want to get married, and she's pretty adamant about it. And I thought it was just a nice change, since you don't need to get married. Like, I don't know why people just assume everybody should get married. It's like, no, it's not. Not everybody needs to get married. You know what I mean? I am gonna do a big spoiler, sorry, but I was pretty disappointed with the ending, because they do end up getting married. And so it was just kind of like, what? She was so adamant about it, and then now she's getting married and she's like falling into that, oh yeah, I should. But she did have like trauma, and so that was the reason she kind of does get not over it, but she realizes that her trauma shouldn't affect the fact that she does love this man. I understood, but at the same time I was kind of excited to see like a different outcome. It was overall like a good drama. It's just very, very dramatic at times, and when there's too much dramatic acting, I tend to think it's being cringy. That's kind of why I rated it a little bit lower, but I think the game show aspect of it, the fact that they're on this like dating show thing, was really cool. I gave this a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, it was still like a good drama. It was an easy watch, I think. The next drama was The Potato Lab. So initially I was not going to watch this, if I'm being completely honest, but it came out this year, 2025, and there are 12 episodes, and it's a comedy romance drama. It's a romantic comedy of a passionate potato researcher who clashes with the strict director when he arrives at her potato lab. Okay, see, like, when you listen to that, you're like, Bestie, why the heck did you watch that? That sounds so just not good at all. But I ended up watching it. I think it's because it's the perfect 12 episodes, and normally those are my favorite dramas, are the ones that are 12 episodes, so I was like, there's no way this isn't gonna be good. You know what I mean? I had a lot of faith in this drama. The trope was definitely enemies to lovers. It's a nice like fluff drama. The bickering and the comedy was really well done between the two main characters. The buildup of the relationship was what really kept me going in this drama. I think I wasn't the biggest fan of the last like 2 episodes. And this one was one that I was watching as it came out, which I normally don't do, but I read the synopsis of it and I was like, this is gonna be like, like I won't really care to watch it. I did give this an 8 out of 10. I just think their relationship and the comedy was so good. It was really good. So that's kind of why I gave it an 8 out of 10. And I think another reason for such a high rating is that I was expecting way less. So it exceeded my expectations for sure. Looks like that's all that I watched in April. I watched more in May. Now we're on to May. So I did watch Falling Into Your Smiles. So this came out in 2021 and there are 31 episodes, and it's a comedy, romance, youth, sports drama. To be honest, I only watched this because I think her name is Angie. I was watching her video about like her favorite K-dramas or something like that. And so this was one of them, and so that's why I watched it. But it's about a talented amateur gamer who joins a professional esports team as the first female player in the league. And this is a Chinese drama. I don't know if I said that. The trope was enemies to lovers, and it was really cheesy. The acting sometimes was really, really bad, I think. But I did enjoy the buildup of the relationship of the two main characters, but once they got together, I was over it. Like, I didn't really want to keep watching the drama. That's when I kind of put it on the background as like, let me pack up my trades and kind of watch the drama. I think the male lead too, I feel like he was a little possessive towards the end, like over the female lead, and I didn't think that was cute. I really didn't. I was like, ew, why is he acting like that? I don't know. I feel like his personality completely changed, and it was just too clingy, to be honest. I gave this a 6 out of 10, and I think maybe because I'm not a gamer, I wasn't really into that aspect of it, but I normally do like a sports drama, so that's still kind of why I gave it a higher rating, because normally this would have been like a 5 out of 10, but because I enjoy sports dramas, I did give it a slightly higher rating than what I normally would. The next drama that I watched was Resident Playbook. This follows, I have a really short synopsis on this one. It follows the lives of first-year gynecology residents at a hospital, but I think it's obstetrics. Obstetrics? Is that how you say that? This one came out in 2025, so it did come out this year. There are 12 episodes, and the genre is a comedy, life, youth, medical drama. I didn't really know what the trope was, to be honest. Kind of like Friends, I guess, to lovers. I don't know. But also it was a medical drama, so that's kind of like a trope in its own. It was pretty much what I was expecting. Kind of like a spin-off from Hospital Playlist. I love Hospital Playlist a lot. I did have slightly higher expectations for this one, and it definitely didn't exceed them. It kind of just met my expectations. It was everything I was expecting to happen. Man, did I not like the first few episodes of this one. I don't know why. The main characters were so annoying. Each one of them. The main character, I couldn't stand her. So it was her, and then there were two other female leads who were just annoying. The male lead was really annoying, and then her love interest was the only one that I kind of liked, but then he got kind of weird towards the end. I don't know. I just found all the residents annoying at some point, but the romance started to get better, and that's kind of when I began to enjoy it more. And I did like learning about the patients and their stories. This drama definitely reminded me of Grey's Anatomy, which I do love Grey's Anatomy, okay? I watched like the first 20 seasons, I think. I did stop watching it because it was just kind of boring and repetitive at that point. But anyway, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I just feel like it was, you know, mediocre, met my expectations. It didn't exceed my expectations at all, but I think that season 2 will be a lot better if they do a season 2. I have high hopes, at least. The next one I watched in May, I watched When I Fly Towards You. This came out in 2023. There are 24 episodes, and it is a comedy, romance, youth drama. It's about an optimistic high school student who falls in love at first sight with the aloof and intelligent, I don't know why I have his name in here, Zhang Lurang. I'm so sorry, I'm butchering all the names, but this is why I don't put names in there. Their initial interaction sparks a romance as the female lead's warmth and cheerfulness gradually melt the male lead, melt his cold exterior, fostering a beautiful relationship as they grow together in their shared experiences. So this is a C-drama. I've realized after talking about all these C-dramas that they really like to do high school sweetheart / first love tropes. That is their thing, I think. I feel like every C-drama is like that. Like they met in high school and are in love. It is also kind of like an opposites attract because he's really shy and cold and she's very bubbly. I think that the cute romance and what we think is a one-sided love is so adorable to watch. I love an opposites attract moment. Her being like a ray of sunshine, and he's definitely way more reserved and kind of mysterious. And they were pretty good at communicating once they got together. Spoiler alert, they get together. He was secretly always looking out for her during their school days. Like when you see the flashbacks, you're like, oh my god. He's always loved her. I loved the second lead stories as well and their relationships. I just think it's a very heartwarming and a nice romance drama. And whenever there was kind of like a misunderstanding between them, they always figured it out. Like I said, their communication was really good. Once they were together, the communication was a lot better because I feel like during their school days, the communication was not there. But that's because the dude was very shy. I actually gave this drama a 9.5 out of 10. This is my favorite C-drama. I just really enjoyed it. It was so just fluffy in a good way, fluffy and cute. So the next drama I watched in May was Amidst, a Snowstorm of Love. So this is a Chinese drama and it came out in 2024. There are 30 episodes and it's a romance sports drama. This is a story of a former professional snooker, I think that's how you say that, snooker player, and a 9-ball athlete who meet during a rare snowstorm. The snooker player, initially reserved and introverted, falls in love with the 9-ball athlete, and her presence inspires him to rediscover his passion for snooker and return to the professional arena. It's a sports drama. What can I say? I love a sports drama. I really liked how the female lead is really good at 9-ball and how he falls in love with that. She's so good. He's like, wow, that's very inspirational. But in the beginning of the drama, it's definitely more about their relationship and them kind of starting to like each other or whatever. And then towards the end, it's more about competitions and sports, like the 9-ball and snooker competitions. I feel like there's a lot going on during this drama at times, but it keeps you interested, which is kind of hard to do with 30 episodes in my opinion, to keep you interested like all 30 episodes. But yeah, there's always something dramatic happening, and I don't know, it's a good watch. I think I gave this an 8 out of 10, and I wasn't expecting to really like this drama, but I did. I think they were both cute. Now we're on to June. So the day that I'm filming, I don't know when this video is going to be up because I do have to edit probably 3 hours of footage, but it is June 22nd, so it's not fully the end of June, but I just had time to film this, so that's why I'm filming. I only have watched 4 dramas so far this month. I might watch maybe 1 more. I don't think I'll have time for 2 more dramas, but just wanted to let you know that these aren't all the June dramas I've watched, since I don't know if I'm going to watch another one this month. The next drama is No Gain, No Love, and this came out in 2024. There are 12 episodes, and it's a romance comedy drama. I don't know how to describe this. I just wasn't really in the mood to watch dramas, and then I watched this one and I was like, oh, let me get back to watching dramas. So this one is about a woman. Oh no, my iPad's dying. I'm gonna have to get my other iPad. I do have 2 iPads, thankfully, but I wrote like all my notes in there. Okay, anyway, so this one is a woman who, after experiencing a lack of fairness in her life and career, decides to turn the tables by staging a fake marriage to advance her career. She enlists a kind-hearted convenience store clerk as her fake groom. Their arrangement, however, becomes complicated as they navigate the messy realities of their fake relationship and hidden connections to each other's past. I hated the first episode's editing. It was like too much CGI. I don't know what the heck they were doing. I don't know what they were on the first episode, the editors, but I disliked it a lot and I almost dropped it. I was this close to dropping it because I hated the editing, which thankfully I just kept watching. I was like, whatever, maybe it'll get better. It did. Okay, so if you can't get past the first episode, just skip it, honestly. No, I'm just joking. The trope is obviously like a contract marriage trope and enemies to lovers for sure. I think it was a good marriage contract drama, which these are definitely overdone, but it was good. How they were acquaintances in the beginning and then the way their relationship intensifies is so good. They become kind of intertwined, like their past, they kind of share pasts, if that makes sense, but they don't know each other in the past. I don't know if this is making sense. It's really good. Okay, I give it an 8 out of 10. The next drama I watched was Death's Game. It's about a man who attempts suicide after struggling to find a job for 7 years. He is confronted by death, who punishes him by making him reincarnate 12 times through different bodies before being sent to hell. If he survives in any of these incarnations, I think, he can continue living. So there are only 8 episodes, and this came out in 2023. And it's, as you can tell, a thriller, drama, fantasy. The trope is definitely reincarnation. It's a good fantasy drama. I liked the range of people he reincarnates as. So like, for example, spoiler alert, but a baby, a poor homeless man, a rich man, a murderer. Like, he becomes so many different people and it's kind of crazy. But most of the bodies he's in connects to the storyline of a CEO man person, like a bad guy. So it's all, I don't know, the story of this is just so intense and very well written in my opinion. But the ending was really good in my opinion, like the last person he reincarnates as. And also just The actors in this drama is crazy. They have so many popular actors. I was like, how the heck were they able to do that? Like, every person he reincarnated as, they were famous, like such famous Korean actors. And I'm like, how were they able to cast them? But I guess because they were only in like half the episode or something. But still, like, it's just crazy. I did give this drama an 8 out of 10. Now we can talk about the second to last K-drama. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna sleeve my Polka photo cards on my own time. Or no, they're platform cards, I think, from Fever era. Let's talk about Reply 1997. Okay, I know I watched these out of order. Everybody says to make sure you watch them in the order they were released. But I don't know why I started with Reply 1988, to be honest. I think I knew that that one was the best one out of them all. I did watch Reply 1997. So this came out in 2012 and there are 16 episodes and it's a comedy, romance, life drama. So it's a story of 6, so there's more people in this one, but 6 high school friends from Busan focusing on their lives in 1997 and their reunion in 2012. This drama explores the intense fan culture of the 1990s, particularly around the rise of first-generation idol groups like HOT. The female lead is like obsessed with HOT, and I'm like, girl, I get it. Me right now currently sleeving AT's photo cards. The first half of the show, I think, was a little bit boring to me, and I almost dropped it. I actually was going to drop it, but I needed something in the background, and so I continued watching this one, and this was definitely like a background drama for me. The second half, I think, of the drama was way better, and it was funny, and I enjoyed it showing the intenseness from being in a fandom. And honestly, I hated the second male lead. I could not stand that man, and I don't know if I should say any spoilers, but big spoiler, I think a lot of people know this about the drama. The fact that he was a teacher and she was a student, that just grosses me out. Like, truly, I don't like that. It's weird, it's gross. Even in like the fact that it came out in 2012, like, I don't care, that's disgusting. So I hated the second male lead so much, and I feel like a big part of the drama was focused on those two together. It grossed me out, and I was like, how do people love this drama? Do you guys not think about the fact that she was a high schooler? Even though she was of age, technically, it's still gross to me. Okay, I don't care. But anyway, I did give this a 6 out of 10 because I couldn't stand that part of it, which was a big part of the drama. But everything else was fine. It was, like I said, a little boring until it got to the romantic part, but then I was like, ew, gross. This is definitely a best friends to lovers trope. Definitely watch them in order if you want to see the dramas get better rather than worse, because like I said, I love 1988 so much. It's one of my favorite dramas of all time for sure, probably second or third. And I'm actually glad that I watched this one after 1988, because I know for a fact that if I would have watched this drama first, I wouldn't have watched 1988. I don't think I would have finished this one. I would have dropped it after like the 6th episode or whatever, the 5th episode, and then I would have never watched 1988. So I'm glad I watched that one first. Next is the last drama that I watched this year so far, and it is Friendly Rivalry. So this came out in 2025. There are 16 episodes, and it's a thriller, mystery, psychological drama. And the trope is definitely like friendship. So it's a mystery thriller set in an elite high school where a new transfer student finds herself entangled in a complex and dangerous relationship with the school's queen bee. So I thought overall this was like a good mystery drama. I was confused more than the other dramas that are similar to this, because this definitely gives like weak hero class or study group energy, like definitely the same vibe. I just thought this one was slightly more confusing to me, and I don't know why. I did enjoy it though, like it wasn't bad at all. Oops. Gave this one a 6.5 out of 10. Like, it was good, but not as good as study group or Week Hero in my opinion. Week Hero Class 1. I still haven't watched Week Hero Class 2. I plan on watching that. There are a few dramas that I have on my like wanting to watch list or whatever. I am currently watching Do Do Sol Sol La La Sol. I think that's what it's called. I almost dropped this drama as well. Oh, I think my iPad died. Perfect timing because that was the last drama. But anyway, I am currently watching that drama and so far I don't really like it. It's my background drama currently. The chemistry is not there. There's really nothing going on that I like about this drama. There's kind of like a mystery part. It's just a very kind of drama and I'm just watching it to watch it. So those were all the dramas I've watched. I plan on watching quite a few more. I know the Tangerine one. I think it's When Life Gives You Tangerines. I think that's what that one's called. I do plan on watching that drama. I've been waiting for a good time to watch it. And then there was like a few more that I plan on watching, but like this, well, I wanted to watch this month, but probably in July I'll watch them. Oh my gosh, we're almost done sleeving. So that was actually perfect timing. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. Please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I won't do this for the second half of the year. Because I was planning on doing it for obviously like the last 6 months, like all the dramas I watched. And then maybe doing like a ranking all of them, like in order. I was going to put all the photo cards I just sleeved in frame, but that's going to take me way too long. So I'm just going to keep this one in frame. So I hope you guys enjoyed me sleeving a bajillion photo cards and me talking about K-dramas. Please let me know in the comments if you did. And let me know dramas I should watch. There are quite a few that I watched. I want to say like 100. I have no idea. I've watched a lot of K-dramas. I haven't watched too many C-dramas. So if you guys want to recommend more C-dramas for me, that would be amazing. And let me know if you do end up watching any of the ones I really enjoyed and just give me your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching and I will talk to y'all in the next one.